Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris, aka Stitch. Welcome to the new week. Well, I'm tired. Yep, that's about all I can say. Bye. See you later. No, I'm just kidding. No, things have been really good. I just finished up a series, and with our youth, it was called Living Deliberately. We've been on about 7 weeks, so it was really cool. It was really a lot of fun. There's more I could go into it, but I'm going to take a little break, and we're going to go into some small groups, and then go back to another sermon series. That would be a lot of fun. But I talk about living deliberately, talking about living a life of forgiveness and grace, living a life of being humble and being a servant, living a life of a deliberate life of no compromise, living a deliberate life of choosing to follow Christ. Why we do it, it's much more than just a prayer. That it's more than that. And I talked about all these things and having deliberate prayer life and why we should do it. But the big thing is that I wrapped the whole thing up. Well, I wrapped it up kind of with two things. First, the big wrap of all those things was living a deliberate life of love, just as Christ lived a life of love for us. And so I went through and I thought this would be a great way to wrap it up. I was going to start with that, but I thought it would be good to wrap it up. The reason we do these things, the reason we follow Christ, the reason we live a life of faith, live a life of love, of forgiveness and grace, and all those others, is because of the motivation is love. Love ties it all together. Paul talked about faith, hope, and love, and grace. These is love, because that love is love's the motivator of why we do these things, why we live a life of forgiveness and grace, and that's something we need to understand. Because I think if we start to understand this love more, if we start to understand what John 3:16 really means for God to love the world, if we understand how much He loves us, and the motivator, I think that will help us understand these other things. We do these things, not judging people, but loving people. We do it because of that love. 1 John 4:19. We love because God first loved us, right? And so we have to share and take that love and give it away. It's a gift given to us that, when we truly understand, it's not something we want to keep. It's something we want to share and give to others so they can have it too. And that's the greatest motivator of all these things. This is why I choose to follow Christ, because of that love. And I want to serve people because He loved me, and I want to love them back and share the same gift that I have. I said, if we understand just how much He truly loves us, what He went through for us, and I used one of the stories I used, like the story of Hosea, just illustrating God's love for us. That even we're the ones that run away, we're the ones that are living in a life of infidelity, and we are those that do that. But God is running after us and bringing us back. When we're all used up from everything else because we think we have something better. But if we understand that love, I think all this other stuff just comes into place. I think that helps out a whole lot to help us understand all that. And so I'm hoping they're getting that. And I wrapped it up with a big communion service as we took communion together as a youth to look at that and to understand and look at the love and the reasons we do it. The reasons why we take communion, it's unifying the body, and it's doing it in remembrance of Christ. And I think we can also look at it as remembrance of who we were before the cross and who we are after the cross, And if we're truly changed, I think we'll start really seeing these things. And I hope that people understand this is what the Christian life is all about. It's about love, and it's about the God love, agape love, unconditional love, and that's the big thing. And so, anyway, that's really what my week's been about. We're going to start small groups this week, and then we got Thanksgiving the week after, and then we're decorating the church the next day. So a lot of stuff. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. Give me a comment if you have anything about what I just said, and let me know what your thoughts on it. So anyway, I'm going to head out here. You guys have a great night, and I will catch you guys next week. Semper Fido.